What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. And while the demons were sinning, your Magpie boys were goddamn winning. Here's what's on this episode.
Against Melbourne, you've got to put them to the sword. My street just broke. You can put that experiment to the side because there's no way they do that again.
Alright, let's get into it and roll that intro.
Collingwood win their greatest ever margin as Collingwood unleashed here.
It's going to be a nice percentage booster against Melbourne. I reckon we're going to win by, let's say, 58 points. My big call, Tyler Brown debuts, kicks 2 on debut, and he outshines his brother. So, nothing I predicted came right again. The only thing I predicted that was right was the Collingwood win. I was way off. I said like 58 points that we were going to win by. So far off. Was not a percentage booster. And my two big calls, I had one on the episode the other day where I said Tyler Brown would debut and score 2 goals. And on my Instagram I had a cheeky one that said Jamie Elliott would kick 6. He didn't kick any. So, I don't know. I think I just should stop the prediction game altogether. Of course I'm not going to. But, let's move on. So, just a forgettable game, really. First quarter was really bad. Last quarter was really bad. Second and the third, we did better. We kicked 5 goals in that second quarter, 4 goals in that third quarter. That really summed up the game. Once we kicked 5 in a row, the Demons had no hope of coming back. They started dropping their heads. And it just kind of looked like we never got out of third gear. Previously, that has come to bite us on the arse. But thankfully, Melbourne aren't that good, so being in third gear didn't really hinder us as much as it should have against a really good side, and we went on to win the game by 17 points. So as I just alluded to, that first quarter and that last quarter, absolutely pathetic, nothing less than embarrassing. We were up by 30 odd points in that last quarter. The Demons kicked 4 straight, and we dropped down to 17 points, and we didn't get that percentage boost that we were hoping for. At one stage, I always check the live ladder now. One stage we were at 115% thereabouts, and we started the game on 132.2% to be exact, or not to be exact. But at the end of the game, we only went up by, I think it was 0.5 or 0.6%. And when there's fine margins in between 4th and 5th, those couple of goals that you let slip might cost you in the end. Just look at Port Adelaide last week. They were in the 8 by 0.03% or something crazy like that. So, you can't let sides kick those goals, even if you are up by 40, 50 points. It's just a classic Collingwood thing to do. Steele has gone about it under the radar for most of the season. Yes, he did start off the season a little bit slow. I think we were using him in a different position than we were last year, because why keep him in the position where he was, winning and came second in the Brownlow and stuff like that. But that's a story for another day. He had another great game yesterday, and I really think that was one of his best of the season. He was just floating around everywhere. His work rate is second to none. He is a running machine, and we know that from all those time trials that he wins and, comes second to Phillips or whatever it may be. He was racking them up deep in the back line, across that wing, and across that half forward. He didn't kick any goals, kicked 2 behinds, but he did have 8 score involvements, and that's exactly what you want your half forward to do. He wasn't playing predominantly there like he kind of did last week. With Degoe coming back, he probably won't play there again. But it's just that secret weapon going into the final series that we can use again. I want to single out Varco as well. He's getting reward for effort. Every week he puts his body on the line. He doesn't accumulate a lot of possessions now. He is doing really well. Scored 2 goals, 1 cracking goal that I'll get to a little bit later, which was pretty much everyone's highlight. And just the way he goes about it, I think he'd be one of the first picked on the team sheet every Thursday. 2 wins in a row. Over the last 6 or so weeks, you wouldn't think that we'd get 2 wins with the way we've been playing. We've dropped 4 of our last 5 games before last week's game, and now 2 in a row. Top 4 is still a chance. Things do have to go right, but top 4 is definitely still a chance, and we can make an impact on finals if our injury guys start coming through. Just before anyone says anything, yes, our 2 wins in a row came against the 2 bottom sides, but who cares? A win is a win, and you're going to take it anyway. If you were presented and said, here's 2 wins on a plate, either they're against Gold Coast and Melbourne, or here's one win out of 4, which one do you take? You take the 2 wins, obviously. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Couple of special shout outs. Jack Madgen, I doubted him going into the game, but really held his own while Roughhead was up forward. Jack Crisp has to be an All-Australian off that halfback, accumulating possessions, and he's just so good with the footy. Hasn't missed a game since he came from Brisbane, and that running goal was something to behold, and I bet you it's going to be played every single week at that Collingwood club. The goal review system, obviously, it's just a multi-million-dollar company not being able to get this goal system right. I've said it before, but it looks like they're getting security camera footage. It's like 12 frames per second. How can you not employ a video system that isn't going to get this video crisp enough that you can see the follicles of hair on the string on the football itself? It's just crazy. And I will be doing a Swoop deep dive special into this goal review system a little bit later on in the week possibly. So make sure you subscribe and press that little bell, turns notifications on, and you'll get a ding every time I upload something. Another slow start. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I think I might do a super cut with all the times I've said this over the season. It's just getting a little bit ridiculous now. The good teams in finals will put you to the sword if you don't kick a goal in that first quarter and you give up that much territory and you don't put any pressure on. We kicked 5 behinds, and it's just, how can you expect to win a game in the finals without kicking a goal in a quarter? It's just really shithouse, to be honest. We've got the personnel, we've got the skill level, and it wasn't bad conditions. Yeah, it was raining a little bit, but in that first quarter it was pretty much sunny, so I know it might be soft underfoot, but against Melbourne, you've got to put them to the sword. I've used that saying twice already, but I use it for emphasis because that's exactly what you've got to do to stake your claim and show that you're a contender. Alright, this one really irked me a lot throughout the game. Roughhead up forward. It doesn't work. As simple as that. You can put that experiment to the side because there's no way they do that again. It was just, I don't know, it just didn't work. It just didn't work. If we had Cox go down and we were versing Richmond the next week, are you going to try Roughhead up forward and bring in Jack Madgen to play against Lynch or Rewalt? No. So I know they were trying it against Melbourne. You know, you have to try these things. Clearly didn't work. Don't want to see our best defender, probably our All-Australian defender, up in the forward line. He didn't even kick a goal. I don't even think he kicked it behind. So leave him in the back line, please, and let's just move on. We've got Degoe coming in, Steve-O coming in. We'll be fine up forward without Coxie. One vote, Pendlebury. Kicked 2 crucial goals. Really starting to stand up in these last couple of weeks. He has been in fine form this season, probably one of his best to date, in my opinion anyway. I haven't checked the stats or anything, but just in my opinion. And he's been playing with a broken finger, so credit to him, he gets the 1 vote. 2 vote, Checkers. 4 goals, played the deep forward like I wanted him to, and he's going to be one of our secret weapons going into the finals. He goes really under the radar, same as Sidebottom, you know, goes under the radar, but I think we can use Checkers to our advantage in the next couple of weeks. 3 votes, of course, the man of steel, Superman himself, Sidebottom. Racking up the disposals, his work rate, second to none. If everyone could take a leaf out of his book, we'll go on to win the premiership this year. Alright, so in this segment I'm calling Super Highlights. I asked Instagram what their highlights for the match were, and I'm just going to read a couple out now, play some clips behind it. So here we go. Zach Martin _ said, Crisp's brilliant running goal. Liam Collins _45 also said Crispy's goal. Pies Army _ said that crisp goal. So you can see a pattern starting to form. Sorry if I pronounced this wrong, but Sakti Maki said the snap from Varco. That _Dom _guy said Travis Varco's goal as well. Jake _Bozanovsky said Varco's banana goal and the celebration in the end. Nick Hall 00, other than Crisp's goal, probably Grundy dominating or that Varco snap. So like I said, Varco snap, really good. Crisp goal, amazing. Chris _DeGiorgio said Maynard tackle. And let's just talk about Maynard for a second. Tackling machine, very underrated player. He's really grown into his role these last 2 seasons. I can't wait to see him play another 250 games for the black and white. Whilst _Geordie.Graham _ and Chance J. White both said Callum Brown's second and third efforts throughout the day. So thank you guys so much for participating. I'll be doing this every week, so just leave your comments on any of my posts and I'll read you out. Alright, so next week is a huge game in the stakes of our season. We go up to Adelaide. Adelaide are pushing for that top 8 spot. So it's going to be a very good contest, and we know how dangerous some of their players can be. We'll have to be on our game at Adelaide Oval. I'm hoping that a couple of our boys return from injury, mainly Jordan Degoe. Fingers crossed that happens. But like I said, it's going to be an interesting game next weekend. For this week's shout out for the contest winner of closest margin, would you believe that it's SEO._trot again? They get the margin of 18 points. We won by 17. So congratulations, well done. 2 weeks in a row. There has to be some kind of swoop record. It is. I know it is. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Props to ya, and thank you for the support. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, I'll swoop you later. Oh, fuck, now I forgot what I said. Shit! Idiot! Bite us on the ass. And I think I'm talking too fast again. God damn. What was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? Bell, man. Come on, dude.